Hi everybody, I'm Scott Bino, Vice President of Marketing for North America, and today I'm joined by Julie Evans, who is the Manager of Professional Development and Corporate Training.
Yes.
That's a long title. Did I get it?
It is, you got it.
Perfect. Okay, so Julie, before we get into the topic of today, and as I do for all of these Crawford chats, I want to talk first a little bit about what your job is. What is your job here at Crawford, Julie?
What don't I do, right? Well, at Crawford, you have to wear many different hats, right? So, but for the most part, I oversee the corporate training team. I'm also overseeing the licensing compliance and quality assurance, and the Career Fast Track program, which is why I'm here today to talk about that.
What an excellent segue. You've done this before, haven't you? You've done this before. So this is exactly what we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about the Fast Track program. What is it? What is it, and how did it come to be?
I think this was Greg's kind of, he developed it to address the challenge I think that we have in the industry where we have a depletion of, good candidates and recruitment. And this is what his initiative was all about, to have this platform where you have networking and engagement, bringing in new people to the industry, getting them started from the ground up, and being immersed into our operations, setting them up for success, being part of this program where they can really sharpen their skills and develop themselves.
When I was starting out my career, I didn't have anything like a program like this in a Fast Track program, and gosh, I wish I did. It would have been great, I think, to have that opportunity. So I think it's fantastic that we have something like this. In terms of like traditional training programs, what would be different about like the Fast Track program? Like if we were to sort of describe this to somebody that says, oh yeah, that's a training program, I understand that. What kind of sets this apart?
I think that your traditional kind of training programs, it's like a once and done kind of thing where you're kind of moving people through the process and getting them up to speed on how we do things, why we do things. The Career Fast Track is a little bit different, I would say, in that it's more immersive and it's quite dynamic and also more comprehensive in the way that things are taught. You have a whole kind of gambit of learnings that you're doing, whether it's one-on-one with facilitators, subject matter experts, but then you're also doing the practical, you're doing the theory, the hands-on, you're working within operations, you're being mentored along the way, and all the while your skills are getting sharpened and you're really becoming seasoned. And then the fact that you have the rotational programs, within the program, you're kind of getting so much exposure to so many different things, as opposed to just being trained on one line. This is what you do. This is how we do it. You're kind of seeing a whole bunch of different things come at you and absorbing it all, and that's really kind of giving you a nice set of tools, I would say.
I bet, yeah, and I can imagine that makes for really well-rounded individuals coming to the company that really. It's not, you're not a cog in the machine, but you're actually seeing the bigger picture, and there's an appreciation for the work that you do and how it kind of connects into the work that your peers do, and how it sort of contributes to the overall, purpose of our organization. So I think that's phenomenal, and it definitely does seem very different than your traditional, your grandma or your grandpa's training program. So that's fantastic. So speaking of the people, the individuals that go through this program, what are some of the results that you've seen of people that have gone through this program or are currently going through this program, some success stories and some things that you've kind of noticed?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm fairly new to the program in the last 4 months, but what I've seen has been astounding. We started the program in May of 2023, and so we're not even quite a full year yet. And by December, we were seeing people being absorbed into the operations. Usually, with the program, the whole concept and idea was that the individuals would stay within the program, do various rotations, and kind of get a taste of different aspects of the business. But ultimately, what we're seeing is that they're finding their forever homes, if you will, much, much quicker. And I think that's because of the success of the program. The operational leaders are identifying really good skills and talent in these individuals, and what they're doing is really contributing in a positive way, and so they're getting absorbed into the operations much, much faster. We saw quite a few that had started in September already get absorbed by December because they loved what they were doing and the leaders loved what they saw as well.
It's such a fantastic opportunity for not only the participants but also the leaders who, recruitment and training is such a big part of kind of everybody's job at every level, really. Yeah. And to support this, I'm sure this is a win-win for everybody involved. Absolutely. Speaking of like the amount of people and the amount of types of styles of learning or diversity of background, how does this program accommodate that, right? I can imagine it's not a one-size-fits-all, depending on what track maybe somebody's going into or how people like to learn or maybe what some of their previous experiences. Does this program accommodate those differences in learning styles?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's what makes it such a unique program, and it's really accomplished in the diversity of how the training kind of is planned out and laid out and formatted. You've got, the kinesthetic where you're hands-on and you have people out in the field shadowing with our seasoned adjusters and kind of getting to experience as opposed to just being in the classroom hearing theory about fire scenes and so forth. They're out in the field actually at the fire scene and getting to kind of touch and feel it. And then you've got, your auditorio kind of learning aspect where you've got the SMEs, the subject matter experts coming in to kind of give full amounts of information about different programs and different lines of business. And then, the visual, we've got our KMC courses that complements and adds to all of the training that they're getting in the classroom and also in the field and at the desk and all of that. So I think it's pretty well rounded. And then, we've just got an abundance amount of learning preferences and capabilities that the program is really tailored towards.
That's excellent. And for anybody watching right now that might be interested in a program like this, is there an eligibility criteria, or is there anything that anybody needs to know as, if they wanted to do this? What should they know?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that with the program itself, it targets individuals that have a passion for learning. That's first and foremost. A lot of them don't have or have a very foundational kind of basic understanding about insurance. This is a second career to them, and so they don't have any concept about insurance other than maybe own a house and drive a car, right? So I think that it's just having that strong passion for learning and a commitment to excellence, right? It's about branding themselves too, because they have to be able to brand, their skill set, their talent, all of that, and shine to the operational leaders to get scooped up pretty quickly. And so that's another key thing is being your own advocate within the program, because you're moving through the program and going to different rotations, and you have to be able to shine and kind of sell yourself in a way. So I think it takes a special kind of person to be able to do that. We're always looking at transferable skills as well. You've got your, customer service and, problem solving skills, and all of that kind of adapts to what we do in this business as claims adjusters. So
I've got one more question for you, and I think you kind of touched on it throughout our conversation. Why is it crucial that Crawford, in the business that we're in, the type of business that we do, why is it crucial that we have a program like this for new adjusters and adjusters coming into this business, this industry, in our company? Why is it so crucial that we have this program?
I really do feel that we need to be kind of creative of how we fill that gap with our recruitment issues and with retainability and retaining employees within the organization. Just having that structured pathway for this career growth and development, I think, speaks volumes. And also just the investment. You think a year-long program investing in the training and skill development of these individuals, I think speaks volumes, and you would hope that it's reciprocated with loyalty and retention as well, because all of that goes into this program. We've seen great success with the the career fast track adjusters, the abundant amount of information that they are learning within that first year, I think speaks volumes. And it kind of ultimately, I think that it reaffirms our commitment to excellence and also our innovation and ongoing success of our employees.
That's perfect. Julie, this was amazing. Thank you so much for coming in and talking about this. I think this is a great initiative. For anybody watching, I hope you enjoyed this chat. If this sounds interesting to you, get in touch with Julie, get in touch with somebody within HR or within training to find out how you can get involved. Julie, thanks so much for coming in. Really appreciate your time.
I appreciate
Thanks
it.
everybody. Thanks everybody for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode of Crawford Chat.
Usually nobody can hear me.
We're gonna bump the mic way up, and then I'll make you even louder.
That's good.
Yeah, and I can add all sorts of funny effects, make it sound like you're underwater, in a closet on like an old phone or radio. Ready? Hi everybody, I'm Scott Bino, Vice President of Marketing for, I always do this. It's always my title. It's always my title, and your title is long. So Julie, your title is Manager, Professional Development, Corporate Training. Is there any more words? Is that all there is?
I know.
You don't have a business card, you just have like a 8.5 by 11 that you just...
Pretty much. What did you talk to Steve about?
That's a secret, I can't tell you.
Oh. You do your own editing?
I do all the editing, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I
That's
know.
cool.
Isn't it? It's just because I don't trust anybody. No. If we need to cut for any reason, like if a light starts to fall, which I think Paul's got to figure it out.
Run in.
The plants aren't even real. This is how fake all of this is.
Oh, I like the plants.
Yeah.
You know, Zach, what's his name? Zach?
Galifianakis.
Yeah, the between the ferns.
We were making a joke because we have one. It's like just
You need another.
between one fern. Like the fern could be between us.
Yeah, fern and a palm.
Whatever that is.
Whatever, yeah. That sucked.